AM 1170, The Answer.
Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170, The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty. Joined in studio by my guest host, Mr. Bryan Koci, marketing and media manager over at Whissel Realty, and James Cassady, State Farm Insurance. So guys, before the break, we talked a lot about some of the stuff you can do from your cell phones, including live streaming and some of the trouble that can get you into. But there's some new commercials that have been running, and I think these commercials are made to appeal to millennials. They kind of like doing a Dick Tracy throwback kind of theme, talking about how you can get tickets for distracted driving. Mm-hmm. And I know they even changed the rules toward the beginning of the year now, where if you pretty much have a phone in your hand while you're driving, you're screwed. I think they allow you like a tap or there's some new rule.
Right? Yeah, isn't it a one finger tap or?
Yeah, pull up the map, right? Like that's the point.
Or to answer a call or something.
Yeah, if you don't have it on your steering wheel to answer the call or pull up the map.
Right.
That's all you're supposed to be doing.
Right. So I know that they're cracking down on that. They're running commercials on the radio. They're running commercials on the TV. There's a huge crackdown on getting people to stop texting, or that even the commercials talk about apping and driving because people do that a lot.
Well,
or live stream.
Here's what they need to do. They need to make it affect your insurance policy. Right?
Okay.
Because right now you get a cell phone ticket and it does not affect your rates.
So how much are cell phone tickets? Are they still
The commercial, because it's been running so much lately, starts at $162. Okay. So it's actually burned into my brain because I've seen this commercial so many times lately.
And I think at least how they first were put out, isn't it where it gets progressively more expensive?
That's what I understand. So each one you get gets higher and higher. So how is that playing out in the insurance world?
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't from your rates effectively by getting the cell phone ticket. But I got some interesting facts because I pulled it up. I asked a couple of my colleagues to help me out with some facts. So they say 90% of drivers perceive sending text message while driving as distracting. Everybody agrees it's probably distracting.
Yeah.
I don't know who the 5% that don't believe are.
No.
Right, okay, whatever. 35%.
They're all realtors, I bet. That are trying
I'm
to close
busy.
deals.
I don't care. I'm busy.
Yeah, they're trying to close deals.
35% of drivers say that they do that they do it anyway. They know it's distracting, but they do it anyway.
And the other 65% are lying.
Right, exactly. 33% of the responders say that they text while driving because I want to stay in touch with my family. There's another kind of excuse. No, you're probably doing other things.
Yeah.
But, well, and still, I mean, talking about the commercials, I'm sure you guys have seen these. They ran a couple of years ago that was talking about, what were they saying? It was like reading the last text that someone texted before they got in an accident. It was like, yep. I love you, I'll be home, doot, doot, doot. And then it was like the sound of the car crashing, and it's like...
And it went in slow-mo, and those were pretty impactful.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, those stick with you for a little while and make you think twice before doing it again.
I want to take us back to the mid-90s,
Brian,
early 80s.
Were you still in diapers?
Well, I mean, I was, what time? Early 80s or late 80s?
Whenever. Before,
I wasn't born yet. 89.
Right, before pagers. Right? So you're driving. Imagine the scenario. Close your eyes. Visualize the scenario of the accident.
Not if you're currently driving. Don't close your eyes.
Don't close your eyes.
Or text, but listen.
But think about how it would work where you get into an accident. You see the accident coming most of the time. You slam your brakes. And what do you hear before an accident? Right? So there's friction because you kind of see it coming because you're paying attention. You slow down the vehicle. Then there is impact.
Right.
Right? Now, there is no friction slowing down that vehicle. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys were driving through Santee, but in the middle of the day yesterday, there was an accident on Mission Gorge Road in Cuyamaca where the car was flipped over.
Oh, no.
Okay, not just a little fender bender. And this is a major intersection that you should be
trolley.
Slowing down. Yeah, the trolley. Yeah, like that's a major busy intersection. You should be slowing down, paying attention anyway. And this car was flipped up on its roof, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Guaranteed someone was not paying attention. Guaranteed there was no braking happening. So what's happening is when you ask about what's going on in the industry, the severity of the damage is increasing.
Okay, that makes sense.
So therefore, the repairs are more expensive just from the severity of damage.
Mm-hmm.
The cars are getting more expensive. right? With all the technology, okay, you get a little fender bender, but that fender that you have has a sensor in it.
Yeah, the sensors,
right? The
yep.
sensors, the cameras. So now you're repairing what used to be an $800 repair is now a $4,000 repair. I had a customer call me back and says, I was just checking to see what kind of damages were done on the other vehicle because at a certain threshold, State Farm won't rate the damage against you.
What's that threshold?
$1,000.
Okay.
So if the total damage is less than $1,000, it's like, well, whatever, no big deal.
That was a forklift issue, but that didn't work.
Just so you guys know, Brian ran into a parked forklift.
Okay,
Just
the
so
forks were up around a blind corner in a alley, but yes, I did do that.
Yeah.
In my new car. That's cool.
Severity of damage increased there.
I was paying attention. I was looking left to make sure there's no cars. Didn't look right for forklifts. Anyways, continue.
So you got the severity of damage. You've got the increased value of the vehicles, and then you also have the California wage increase, right? So the people that are the receptionist at the car repair facility, the person delivering the parts from the one location that they store the parts to the repair facility, the guy painting the car, the guy doing the damage, they're all getting paid more money now. So therefore, it then increased the cost to repair.
Makes sense.
Insurance companies in general, they forecast for the future. And what they're looking at right now, and you're seeing every single company taking rate increases. A lot did them last May. Some are doing them right now. And as State Farm goes, everyone else follows as well. But what happens is they are increasing the amount of money they got in the kitty on the anticipation of the damages that they are going to continually need to pay out because of the increased cost to the damaged vehicle.
Makes sense.
Rate increases come. It's because of the distracted driving and because people are on cell phones talking, texting.
Okay, here's a question.
Live streaming.
And it's if someone's never been in an accident, never ran into a forklift, and if someone gets in a fender bender, and this isn't necessarily about distracted driving, but if someone gets in a fender bender, what do they need to exchange? What do they need to do? Need to take pictures? Need to do give me the list of what you need to do if you get in a fender bender to make sure.
Great question, because 90% of people are already freaked out.
Yep.
So they just lose their mind.
Yep.
Right? And you have this amazing device that you were probably on anyway in your hand, right? Stay on it, take pictures of things. Like automatically start taking pictures of the scenario.
Are pictures better than video?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're the same. But a lot of people will lie about what happened, and a lot of people aren't pulling over to help out, so it's one person's word versus another person's word. So when it comes down to word versus word, it's very hard to determine fault, right?
Yep.
So take pictures, the damage caused, the angle that the car, the lane that you're in, all these kind of wonderful things. Take those pictures, and then also...
So as many pictures as possible.
Yeah, and then the ID card of the individual. Like you want their driver's license. I would take a picture of their license plate because they may take off, and it's not uninsured motorists. If you can't prove that they did or did not, it has to be provable. So there's all these different factors. But yes, take out the camera and start taking pictures of license plate, driver's license, vehicle damage.
Their insurance information?
And then you call me.
Okay, so, and here's another thing I didn't know. I called the cops.
Well, because
the guy didn't speak English that well, and he's like, okay, let's call the cops. I think he was trying to scare me. I'm like, fine, let's call him.
Yeah, most forklifts don't speak English.
No. The guy was sitting in it. So anyways, so I call the cops, and they're like...
Any damage?
Yeah.
Any personal injury?
Exactly. Anyone hurt? Nope.
They're not coming out.
See you later.
Yep. And that's
so you call
okay.
We don't call James unless you're insured with James, right? You call your State Farm or your insurance person.
That is correct.
And if you have someone like
I'll still
James,
help you out though.
He'll answer
we had
the
that
phone.
Conversation.
We have someone else that uses another insurance company. I'm not going to say Wawanice's brand at all, but every time she calls, she can't get an answer. She's on hold for 15 minutes. It's insane.
Again, you're listening to Whissel Wednesdays on AM 1170. The Answer. If you want to get connected with James Cassady over at State Farm, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355.
Yeah, so now that you have the damage happen, you're having the conversation with your insurance agent. You probably should have had a conversation prior to about what your coverages are.
And I know the word 1530, that's going to come up, right?
Yeah, that's the state minimum required amount of coverage that you have to have by law in the state of California. Some people don't have it. They're uninsured, which is illegal. Some people have the state minimum, which hasn't changed, I think, since like 1973.
Which covers basically nothing.
No, it covers nothing. What it really does is it really puts your family in jeopardy. Even decent coverages put your family in jeopardy because of the severity of accident and the hospital bills. So think about this. This is what the insurance pays for, because no one knows. I mean, when I talk to people, well, do you know what insurance does or what they cover? Not really. So I go through a refresher with them. You got to think that it's hospital bills, time out of work, and pain and suffering. If there's going to be like the little lawsuit or whatever that happens, because it happens. So if you took me out of work, like, I think I paid a lot of money, but I'm worth something, and you're going to have to, if I'm not working, you're taking food off my table. So the insurance is going to come in and protect you with that. If you don't have enough for that accident, what's going to happen is that individual, if you hit me, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to try to take you for everything you've got because I need to pay for it.
Don't sue me.
Yeah. So,
by the way, is that your car out there?
Yeah.
With the forks.
Yeah. So I'm going to come after everything. And what can happen is you got to tap your savings account, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have money in the savings account, liquidate the home. Right? You don't want to go liquidate your home to pay off an accident that you didn't have enough money for. And then if you don't have enough money, the judge is going to garnish your wages. It's going to take up to 25% of your income for a maximum of 10 years.
So,
all because you didn't want to spend an extra $5 or at least understand and get a quote to what it would be to get a little bit of additional insurance while you sit with a $6 Starbucks in front of you.
So we're going to go to a break. I want to talk to you about what the words 1530 means, what you recommend as a minimum, and then also a little bit about umbrella policies. You're listening to Whissel Wednesdays on AM 1170. We'll be right back.
AM 1170. The Answer.